Good morning. It is great to be up, a new day. The roosters are happily crowing outside, so they're excited about the day, I'm sure too. But I am excited because today is a new step in a journey. Today is the day we get to start a new series on excuses. And excuses, oh man, how many of you have actually used an excuse before? I think if we think about it, we all have it. And I think that it starts all the way back in childhood. This is what I was really thinking about. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Joe. I was thinking about excuses, and when we started making excuses, I know I was quite young when I started making excuses. I know my parents had chores that I needed to get done, and I know as a parent I assigned my children chores, and they did the same thing I did. Why didn't you get this done? Well, I didn't have time, or so-and-so this, so-and-so that. And what is it that makes us make those excuses? It's not that they're valid, really. It's not that I didn't have time to get done the chores that my parents assigned me, and it's not my children didn't have the time either. Really, it was, for me anyway, it was a lack of desire in my heart because I didn't want to do those things. It was more fun to be able to go out and do something else. So in my mind, I created what I thought at the time was some sort of rational idea that was going to help me get out of it or make a real reason. Good morning, Eric. Talking about excuses. What kind of excuses have you guys made? What are the things that come to your mind? We're inventing reasons to validate the behavior that we've really chosen to do. And what really happens is that we're placing blame, and it's really a mask of some sort of internal problem that's going on. They're just little white lies we tell ourselves. They don't hurt anyone. Ooh, I like that statement, Joe, because if we think about it, maybe they don't hurt anyone, but when we make a statement like that, we are not thinking about ourselves, because a lot of times those excuses aren't hurting anyone except ourselves. Do it now. Don't slow down to think you. Not quite sure. I'm thinking, understanding that one, Eric. So if you want to expound on that one a little bit. You're right, Joe. We don't want to be held accountable. And a lot of times these excuses that we create are a simple means of extending a fear that we have. What is it that we're fearing? We're fearing what somebody else might think. We're fearing that we might not be capable. We have a whole list of fears. And throughout this week, that's what we're going to be covering. We'll cover some of those fears. We're going to cover how we can get past those excuses to push forward in the things that we want to do. And fear, as many of us have acknowledged, fear stands for face everything and run, but we also can choose to face everything and rise. And that is what I want to challenge us to do, is to face our fears, face these excuses, because it's fear that traps us inside of our comfort zone. Every time we take a step outside of our comfort zone, we begin to see how much we are truly capable of. And what happens is fear is truly a lack of understanding. It's a lack of information or resources. Maybe it's a lack of experience or just perspective. And then we end up with these fears that stop us. They almost paralyze ourselves from moving forward. We block ourselves from having the confidence that we need to go get the things that we actually want. and we make excuses about our life. So what we need to do is we need to challenge ourselves to reach new heights. And when we do that, we are going to learn so much more. We're going to develop some positive self-esteem. We are going to eliminate some of the potential regrets that we might have if we don't face those. We're going to end up with a more positive outlook on life. And it's so much fun to see those imaginary walls just come crashing down. So we'll find a more fulfilling lifestyle as we face these fears, face these excuses, and really admit that they are there. We cause more struggle by not doing what we are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That struggle might be on the outside, but it is definitely within our minds. And that's what's so important. We can take care of our bodies. A lot of us acknowledge we need good food, we need exercise, but it's just as important to exercise taking care of ourselves and our minds as we move forward. So as we move forward this week, I have a few questions for you to start with. I want you to think about what excuses you tend to make. Each one of us choose different ones, but think about them. What is it that we make? I know it's easy to think about something like running late or not having enough time. What excuses do you use for that? Do you acknowledge that it's your fault, that it's fully on you that happened? Or are you placing the blame on an external circumstance like traffic or other people? So what is it? What are the excuses that you are making? And when you make those excuses, what is it that you're settling for? Because it's not settling for your best. It's settling for something less than what you were created for, something less than what you truly desire. So what are the reasons you're making those excuses? And then look at the consequences of those excuses. How do those excuses prevent you from moving forward? How might they block you? How might they block other people? And how do they cripple your ability to truly get what you want? So those are my thoughts for this morning, trying to keep it short and palatable for you. Think about those excuses. What are the excuses you make? What are the consequences? How do they hold you back? And as I come back later in the week, we're going to talk about some of those excuses and the specific ways that we can overcome each one of the excuses that I bring up. So if there's a specific excuse that you want me to address, I invite you to place that in the comments or send me a private message, because I am a mindset coach for success. And that is what I long for. I long to see you succeed. I see Paula and Marcia. I think I saw Ryan. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is great to have you along with me. I want to invite you to really experience this fully so that we can move forward together, so that we can cheer each other on. And so please feel free to send those messages. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And share this out, because we don't want to keep good stuff for ourselves. We want to share the knowledge. We want to invite our friends to join us on this journey. Show them that you care. So please feel free to share this video out, because this week is going to be an exciting week as we move forward. Tomorrow is a Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm going to wait on that and post a little bit later. I know for sure that I have a surprise for you next Wednesday. I have something very special planned for you next Wednesday, and there's a good chance that tomorrow I also have another special guest. I know she and I are getting together tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, but we may come back to you live at noon. So keep an eye out for that big announcement, and we are here for you to help you move forward. Big or small? Oh, yes. All these. I love those, Paula. Those are great. Thank you for sharing. And your challenge today for everybody who's watching, keep an eye out for those excuses. Grow in your awareness. And if you have the opportunity, write them down, because writing them down helps you to acknowledge them. It helps you to see that they're there. And not only that they're there, sometimes it helps us to see how many excuses we actually use, because I think oftentimes it's more than we think, more than we want to admit. And every time we acknowledge them, we're going to take a step forward so that we can grow. And so here's to your growth. My name is Lisa Vasquez. I'm a mindset coach for success. Share this out. Have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Paula, I'll miss you tomorrow, but it'll be here for you so you can catch the recording and we can chat in between too. Have a great day, everybody. Be blessed. Take care.